Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 1.
No Robin, no Candiace, no NECA.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, what's going to happen this season? I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Blair, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Walk us through it, please.
So they start off. We see a reenactment of the crash that Karen got into. I think they were going off of Karen's account because there was a deer, and then she ended up in a pole.
Man, the deer was like, what? I was like, okay. They got the deer acting and everything. I see you.
So March 19th, Karen got into a car accident. She was taken into custody and she was cited with a DUI.
That deal was like, it was me. I caused the accident. Sorry. Okay, I see you.
But thankfully, Karen is alive, healthy, and well. So number one, that's important.
Yeah.
So it was a month later, and Gizelle is talking to Ashley on the phone. She is headed to Karen's house to pick her up to go to brunch.
Yeah.
And Ashley immediately is like, this is Karen's second offense.
Oh.
And I was like, dang, I forgot about that. Ashley was not going to let us forget. So Karen's car was totaled.
Yeah.
Apparently her car was unregistered, and then I think they said something about her license being unregistered.
Things were just flashing on the screen.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like this and this and this and this.
Yeah, so it sounded like Karen probably shouldn't have been driving in the first place anyway.
Yeah.
So Gizelle picks up Karen and was just like, okay, so should I probably not drive by the crash site? Like, how you feeling? And Karen was like, yeah, you can, drive by, whatever. That's not going to, did she say that? Or I think she said don't drive by. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I did see her get scared when they saw deer.
Listen here.
So I was just like, we're going with this deer story.
I'm telling you this right now. If Gizelle just going to antagonize Karen about, hey, no, we're not going to go down that road. Are you good? I'm all for it.
Okay.
I'm listening here. Gizelle go win a Housewife of the Year with Potomac if she just basically keep throwing it in her face passive aggressively of like, hey, so there's a lot of deers on this road. Do you want to go? Okay, cool.
So then they get to the brunch spot,
Yeah.
and Gizelle is asking her, so like, what's going on, like with the situation, like how did all this happen? Karen says she cannot go into detail because this is still like an open case, but she is just thankful that her injuries aren't life-threatening.
Yeah.
Giselle tells Karen that she was shaken, just kind of thinking if something horrible would have happened to Karen.
That's fair.
But she didn't think the DUI and the citations that Karen got. She's just like, I don't know Karen to be doing stupid stuff. So this just doesn't sound like you.
Ashley said this is her second offense, though.
So
we don't. Okay, I hear you.
Well, Karen says like, well, she says, you do know your friends, and she cannot wait for the truth to come out.
Okay.
Karen says that she and Ray are going through a lot. She needed more emotional support from him. She says that grief and marital issues are pretty much what brought about the incident.
Stop. Stop. Everybody stop.
Okay.
Now Ray and Karen got marriage problems. Now she's still worried about the death of her mom
and father,
right? All these things brought up the fact that you did not register your car, that you drove without a license, that you potentially hit a deer, that you drunk a lot. And not only did you drink a lot, drinking a lot is not a problem that we have. I think it's to get behind the wheels of a car and drinking and potentially like hurting yourself and somebody else. I don't think we can blame that on Ray. I don't think we can blame that on your marriage. I don't think we can blame that on your parents passing away. I think like you made a stupid decision, and many times, because the thing that actually is troubling, if we was to get serious just for 15 seconds, is that you got caught this time.
Yeah.
Maybe because what gave you the confidence is that, oh, I drunk this much and drove myself home before. You get what I'm saying? But you got caught this time, and that in itself can be a blessing. Yeah. Because you could really hurt yourself in this type of like thing that you're doing and things like that. No, so far we only 10 minutes into the episode. No accountability have been had yet on Karen. No, not one yet.
Yeah, but I think part of that might be because of the case. Like she doesn't want to take accountability to seem at fault for anything yet. So,
of course not.
But the waiter comes over, brings Karen a donut, talking about how she is such a good customer. She's always there, and she has never had an alcoholic drink at their restaurant. Okay. And Gizelle is just like, do y'all sell alcohol? And the man was like, look at the woman behind you. So they were drinking on some drinks.
They are alcoholics, but not Karen. Like Thank you for feeding him his lines, Karen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So then they touch on how Gizelle wants to throw just like a little party for Karen's upcoming 61st birthday.
Yes.
And they talk a bit about Mia and how she has just been on vacation and living it up with her new man, Ink. And they are really more concerned about how the children are doing in this situation, especially with Gordon coming out saying that we don't know the paternity of one of the kids and just a whole lot of. So we move on to the next scene. We see Mia, the kids, and Gordon going to get ice cream. So Mia wants to make sure that they work together in the best interest for their children. He ended up moving into the same building as her, which is great for the kids, but is awkward when it comes to her sneaky links. Mia feels that she gave everything she could in the marriage, and Gordon feels like she gave a lot, but she didn't do the last step. And the last step to him was separating but not running into somebody else's arms. She says she didn't do that. We see a picture of Mia in Ink's arms.
Literally in Ink's arms. Listen here, they go edit it to make it funny, okay?
Production is on one.
Yeah.
Gordon doesn't want Jeremiah, the child, getting haircuts with Ink. He feels like that's not a parent. And what's her name? Mia is talking about, well, he's a co-parent. Like, he can do stuff with and for the kid or whatever.
Mia, listen here. We live in the same building.
Yeah.
All I'm asking is don't take him to go get his haircut. I want to take him to go get his haircut.
Call me. I'm downstairs.
Well, Gordon probably upstairs.
Right.
Well, actually, Mia was paying for his lunch. Mia probably upstairs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a tradition that's black fathers and things like that we take him to the barbershop. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, Mia's like, oh, no, ain't got it. It's like, we gonna really put you in a nursery home, Gordon, basically. We gonna move you to the side as quick as possible.
So Ink wants to get a paternity test. And Gordon was just like, look, Jeremiah, that's my child. And he brought up that Mia didn't know who the father was. So Mia is saying, like, since you brought that up, I mean, we got to finish it out and try to figure out who's really the father.
Wow.
And she doesn't want Jeremiah to end up questioning, as he gets older in life, who his biological father is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Gordon was just like, just tell him that I'm his dad. I am his dad. I do all the fatherly things. I take care of him. I guide him. I'm his father. And I'm just like, that's kind of selfish, Gordon.
Yeah.
Like, let the boy know who his biological father is.
Yeah.
So we move on. Ashley says she's ready to proceed with this divorce. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
It's been a while. I don't know. But she's ready to get out there and date. She's been dating as far as I knew. So, but she meets with her attorney, talks about, kind of getting a mediator with Michael and kind of moving forward with that process. She also wants to discuss custody of the kids. She doesn't know if there might be some type of custody battle when it comes to Michael.
It really amazed me how Ashley survived this long. I'm not even going to hold you.
I think she was scared if she was even going to come back this
season.
season.
I was 100% certain.
Yeah, I thought she was a wrap.
That she was out of here, man. So the fact that she made it another season is really surprising to me. But I digress.
Yeah. So we move on to Wendy.
Hello, Dr. Wendy.
She has resigned from her job as a professor.
Okay.
She's over there just kind of trying to get her home office space together, which apparently seems like it was Eddie's home office space.
Crazy, right?
But we see her write the resignation letter and send it off. She feels good that she can do it on her own terms. And she also didn't tell her mom.
Listen, how do you tell your mother, Mom, I'm a drug dealer now?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Listen here. I'm sure Happy Eddie's probably doing so well that she could actually have a little more freedom and probably use that energy and time to help with the business. And me personally, me and Blair was talking about just a little side talk conversation. I don't know how real it is, but maybe her institute where she teach kind of had like a moral clause to where it's like, hey, if you go do this, you can't do that and things like that. And truth be told, Wendy probably like, you know what? I could always come back to teaching. I have the credentials to always get back to teaching. But right now, I'm going to dive 100% into the family business, which is being a drug dealer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I respect to Dr. Wendy.
So Karen is meeting up with Vivian, who is a boutique owner.
Yes.
And also Stacy, who is a mutual friend of them both.
Nice.
Gizelle sent out a video party invite called the Hattitude Party.
Okay.
Which basically she's going to have hats there for the ladies and also silly hats. If anyone catches the attitude, they might be in a banana or a taco hat.
Or a little taco hat.
So we see that Stacy, she is trying on some dresses. She has a gala coming up, and Karen brings up how Stacy doesn't have her ring on. So Stacy shares that she has been separated for about a year now.
Yeah.
She has a German husband and a child that she shares with him, and they are moving forward with a divorce. She was married for 16 years. So, you know, she gets back dressed and, you know, they're kind of chilling, hanging out, just talking and drinking champagne. It seems like Karen has more like a clearer drink. I was thinking, that might look like a club soda or something like that. And Stacy asked Karen, does it bother you that we're drinking in front of you? And Karen was like, no, you know, I'm on medication, but I will be enjoying libations with y'all at another time.
Yeah, off camera, because they gonna pull everything. Listen here, man. They treating Karen like she's part of AA and things like that. Hey, because once you get behind, see, people have no problem. And guess what? It's kind of like an oxymoron. People don't have a problem if you're like the turn up queen or like the turn up person. You're drinking, shots, everybody shots,
nobody.
All those things. But once you get behind the car, we kind of forget that you had 12 bottles in. We're like, girl, we thought you had a car service or something like that. But now that you got behind the wheels of a car, now we kind of look at you like, oh, she might be alcoholic. She was alcoholic before all of this and things like that. But I find it very funny that now that Karen got behind the wheel, they treating her as such.
Yeah.
They treating her like, hey, do this make you uncomfortable? Hey, I think her problem was getting behind the wheel. You get what I'm saying? Like she could do whatever she wants as a grown up, but once you start including society in your decisions, I think that's where the problem is. Not so much of her just drinking. You get what I'm saying?
And I also feel like it's gonna be hard for Karen to come for people this season because that's always in their back pocket. Ma'am, are you okay?
It's in my front pocket. I ain't gonna hold you.
Like you asking me about my ring and stuff like that, but are you okay with me? You done knocked over your side. Are you okay with me and my champagne? So it's just kind of like, Karen, you kind of got to tread lightly with these girls because they have a bomb just sitting waiting for you right now.
Yes,
so, and it's not fair, but it is what it is.
No, it is fair.
So they get to the Hattitude party. Ashley comes in first, and she brings in a bounce back basket for Karen.
Okay.
And it has Uber cards.
Oh, yeah. We got Uber for you. We got water,
and
teas.
Some tea and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
This is wild.
Oh, my goodness. Listen here. If there's anything I would have been doing, is exactly what Ashley did. I would have. You would have had a sponsorship with Uber. Yeah. The way I would have been throwing Uber cars at you. You know what I mean?
And this reminds me of like back when Karen and Ray were going through their legal issues. Yeah. And I think that Gizelle and Robin had made T-shirts about like them like not being convicts or something like that. I wish I remember exactly, but I'm just like they love to poke and play.
Oh yeah.
And I won't even lie, it is kind of funny.
It's hilarious.
It's kind of funny.
Yes.
So Gizelle fills Ashley in that Karen was going through some things with Ray. She has some court dates coming up, but she really doesn't have much details from Karen.
Yeah.
But Gizelle talks about everybody's invited, everybody, including Wendy. She says she's all about peace these days after losing her father. Like she is just not in a space to really want to have any issues with people. But she and Wendy still aren't necessarily on good terms.
Hey, I don't want to disrespect the dead, so I'm not going to this episode. So if you say that you want to be at peace because you lost your father and things of that nature, cool. I feel like you lost your castmate. I think it has something to do with
you lost your road dog.
You lost your road dog. You know, she ain't on the show, so you can't isolate yourself and be in the corner. Now we are basically saying, Gizelle, since you want to be, you know, the face of the show, well, guess what? You gotta be involved with everybody, shoot with everybody, because guess what, we can get rid of you too.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So I think it has more to do with that than her father passing, even though that could play a part.
Right. I do think Gizelle got a talking to, and even if she didn't get a talking to, your homegirl not here. So how you gonna show up?
Exactly.
You know, how you gonna come to work? So I feel good about that, because to me, I feel like Gizelle's the type of person who will hold a grudge. I don't think she had any intention of ever being somewhat cool with Wendy.
She don't.
Yeah. So Mia brings her friend Jazzy. Jacqueline is there. Wendy arrives, and we learned a little bit about Jazzy, how she was an international flight attendant.
Okay, nice.
But she and her man have recently bought a house in the area. He is in the NFL. He was on the Kansas City Chiefs team.
Yeah.
So they're saying, okay, Karen is, fashionably late, and they're kind of just talking about Karen, and Mia and Jacqueline is just like, well, yeah, Karen gave me a call, and Mia's like, you said she called you drunk.
What?
And Jacqueline was like, she seemed a little tipsy on the phone. It was recent. She didn't seem all the way there.
Now let's hear. Now we are listening with the drunk ear. Now we're like, okay, yeah, a little slurry.
So we see Vivian and Stacy arrive, and of course Karen arrives last.
Yeah.
Stacy and Wendy have sat on a board together, so she is not very close with Stacy, but she has been around her before.
Very different than NECA and Wendy. When NECA's like, we seen each other, like I met her before and things of that nature. So now Wendy's over here like, oh yeah, I know Stacy, like she cool. You know what I mean? Very different.
Yeah. So the Grand Dame, which is a drink, so Gizelle has these little play on word drinks for the party, and the Grand Dame drink is the non-alcoholic drink of the night.
Yeah. Get a little iced tea.
And Karen was just like, okay, I see what you're doing.
Oh yeah. I like it though.
So Stacy and Wendy, just kind of everybody's at the table talking, and they both have daughters. Wendy's daughter's 5, Stacy's is 8, and they're just kind of talking about just life with daughters. Gizelle says that there are hats around the room, and people will get one if anyone catches an attitude. But she also has some of these designer hats that have names, and she is going to hand out the hats based off of the names of the design.
Okay, tell us what hat Karen got.
So Karen got Hollywood.
Okay, Hollywood.
And Gizelle brings up how the ladies had questions surrounding Karen. And Karen was just like, ask me what you want. I'm here. Let's have at it. Jacqueline tells Karen that it's great that she's okay. No one was hurt in the process, and no one should cast judgment.
Okay.
And Karen says that she really wasn't worried about judgment. She just needs to figure out who her real friend is going to be in the situation.
Wait a minute, huh?
It's an opportunity for her to see who are the real soldiers, because she don't want no fake bees around her.
What are your thoughts there, Blair?
So she tells them, be mindful on how low you go. My thing is that is an interesting way to answer that statement.
Jedi mind trick. Okay.
Because we're not talking about me and my decisions.
No.
We're talking about who's a soldier for Miss Karen in the Army against the DUI.
Nah, I don't drink and drive in this military, ma'am. Okay, I don't do that.
So I was just like, that is a way to flip it, Karen. That is a way to flip it, and I enjoyed it. I was like, exactly, who's a soldier?
Listen here.
Which one of y'all is a soldier?
Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. 17 minutes into this review, almost an hour into this episode, I was enjoying the hell out of this episode, because I'm like, if this is the foolishness we gonna get, I like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Karen's like, no, it's not about me being drunk and driving, potentially killing kids.
Right, or y'all judging me.
Exactly. No judgment. It's about you. What are you gonna do right now? Yes, it's my second offense, Ashley told us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what are you gonna do? Are you gonna stand with me, or are you gonna be against me?
That's what it's about.
I'm gonna be against you. Like I'm not doing this. You get what I'm saying?
And so Ashley's asking, so how long is like this process going to be with like the court situations and stuff? And Karen, I love this answer too. As long as it takes for the wheels of justice to prevail.
Okay. I'm liking this.
Are the wheels of justice driving over you, or like?
Listen here. Those wheels of justice may have you in chains going to the big house.
You
get what I'm saying? Like
where are we going to see the tracks?
Listen, I'll tell you this right now. This is what housewives supposed to be.
Yeah.
This is how they supposed to talk. She said what? She said as long as it take what?
For the wheels of justice to prevail.
The wheels of justice to prevail. Listen here, Blair. Don't get no argument with me anytime soon, because that line will be said and had in this household. The wheels of justice will prevail.
Yes.
I like it.
Well, Ashley gets the cowgirl hat.
Yeah.
Gizelle invites everyone. They are going to have a G&A fusion. I guess they're incorporating some type of wellness portion into their business.
Yep.
And Wendy's like, this is a joke, because the clothes that they had in the fashion show are not online.
No.
We see a clip of what's online.
Looks crazy.
It's just a bunch of G&A merch, pretty much, with T-shirts and hats.
Listen here, man.
So
black and white. It's not even colorful.
Exactly. So G&A fusion, whatever that means.
Yeah.
So Mia, she gets the king hat because she is pimping 2 men, and they put the hat on cocked to the side.
Hilarious. That was hilarious. Having her hat to the side was hilarious.
And so she's getting some questions about, so Mr. Ink, have you shared him with Jacqueline? Because they've said in the past that Mia said in the past that she's loaned out some men to Jacqueline so she can get a ride and see how she liked, the motion of the ocean. So she's like, no. She hasn't written ink. She says that they, will basically, she's talking about like the kids and all that type of stuff and Gordon. And she's like, Gordon has actually been leaning on both me and Ink. She's like, I washed his clothes, Ink folded his clothes, and we both put his clothes away. Okay.
That's okay. Listen. how Gordon got himself in this, because at the end of the day we can blame Mia, but how Gordon got himself in this situation is crazy.
I'm just like, y'all treating him like he's the granddaddy.
He
like
is
the father.
No, he's the granddaddy. Listen here, Ink, I need you to fold the clothes, take it up to granddad for me. But guess what, Gordon, you wanted to basically choose Mia over the marriage that you was with.
Well,
and guess what, you chose the wrong wife and you lost your company and you potentially now may lose your son. You get what I'm saying? So all these are all Gordon decisions.
Well, hey. So Jacqueline pipes up and she's like, honestly, I think that Mia and G's relationship was more of a business partnership.
Okay.
And she likes Ink for Mia. And Mia shares that they were married for 11 years. And Giselle's like, I mean, y'all had kids. Y'all married for 11 years. That's a pretty long and, arduous type of business partnership. Karen says, well, when G shared that he saw you, that the kids saw you in bed with another man, that kind of was a lie. And she cares for Mia's children. And that actually kind of bothered her.
Okay.
And Mia was like, well, Mia's like, I didn't do anything. Their father is the one that put them in that position. Who did all that. And Giselle was like, well, you didn't protect your kids at all costs. There was a mixing and a mingling of G and Ink and, all that type of stuff. And Mia says that, what, is she supposed to just stay in her marriage? That's abusive. And Wendy says, this is kind of heavy for us as mothers to talk about. We all have children. And Mia keeps saying like her kids are thriving and protected. So she ends up getting up, storming off, going to the bathroom and crying just because it's just all too much for her.
Listen, I may got a DUI or like whatever, but me and you, this is round 6 for us.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your thoughts on this episode, Blair?
Overall, the episode was good.
Yes.
My only thoughts really about the portion about like them saying that Mia didn't protect her kids.
Yeah.
In a way, I kind of agree.
How so?
The decisions that you make in life have an effect on your children. So even though Mia and G may have had this pact in their relationship to where she could basically do and be with whoever she wanted to be, and then somewhere along the lines that got split to where Mia was doing and dipping it with Ink while she was doing and dipping it with G, so we don't know who the father of this child is. I'm just like, your decisions have kind of put your children in a predicament.
Listen,
both of y'all's decisions, to be honest.
That could be 100% true.
So I get what Mia's saying as far as like, I'm not the one who told everything on television, but the thing is like, your kids, I feel like we're going to feel the brunt of just this selfishness you guys have, because you guys kind of made a mess of their family, their unit, their structure. But hey, who am I?
Hey, I 100% agree with you. I just feel like, hey, it may be right message, wrong messenger, because I got a bazooka for you, Karen.
Well, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, Mia ran away. I would have pulled that car right out my back pocket.
Okay.
You're a drunkard.
Okay.
Driving. You get what I'm saying? So, I really like this episode. I don't know if y'all been following us, but we did review Potomac last year, and I said Potomac was circling around that toilet bowl. You get what I'm saying? I like the feel of this cast.
Yeah.
There's no Candiace. I'm not saying I have anything against Candiace. There's no NECA. Not saying I have anything against NECA. There's no Robin. Not even saying I have anything against Robin. Don't make it like you hate Candiace. No. I think with those people specifically, it was messing up. I'm going to take NECA out of it because NECA just joined last season.
Right.
It was taking out the chemistry of the cast. Candiace don't want to film with this person. Gizelle don't want to film with this person. Guess what? I like Gizelle and Karen more together than I do Robin and Gizelle and things like that, because they are the faces of the show. Yeah. So I was laughing actually when Karen said what she said, and then Gizelle just piped in like, yeah, I kind of see it like that too. Yeah. And I'm like, Gizelle, that's your role. Yeah. To still bring everybody together and to antagonize with everybody there. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Not to talk behind, not to be passive aggressive. Dr. Wendy and things of that nature, we go see them eventually come together and things like that. We gonna see how you act, Dr. Wendy, with There's No Candiace, and see how well you get along with people. So right now I'm loving the chemistry of the show. I'm even loving the friends of the show. Stacy, I'm feeling Stacy. I like her a lot.
Me too.
Where is our girl?
Kiana.
Yeah. Hey, come on. you're late to the first episode.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see you second episode and throughout the season. But join us, subscribe, like, share, comment, anything else you want to share, Blair?
That's all I got.
Listen here, we see y'all next time. Y'all be good.
Bye.